On August 6th, 2023, in just a few days, Konami is set to make an announcement as part of the 25th anniversary of Yu-Gi-Oh! They even set up a countdown timer on their website, causing people to speculate that something huge is coming. Could we be getting a sequel to the original anime like Dark Side of Dimensions? Perhaps another crossover like Bonds Beyond Time? I'm getting a sense of deja vu right now, but either way, it's difficult to imagine that nothing special is going to occur. And that's why today we're going to break down some of the more popular rumors, and I'll tell you which ones I think are most likely to happen. Obviously, the announcement is right around the corner, so this video could age very poorly very quickly, but even if I'm completely wrong, I thought it would be fun to just throw my hat in the ring and see how close I can come to predicting what the special 25th announcement is going to be. With that being said, comment what you think will be announced, and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos. Now, the most common rumor is that we'll be getting another Yu-Gi-Oh movie, either a crossover with all 8 of the main protagonists, or some type of sequel that continues where Dark Side of Dimensions left off. And lately, anime movies have become quite trendy in general, so I can see why a new movie is the first thing people are jumping to. There's also the fact that Bonds Beyond Time, the only Yu-Gi-Oh movie to feature multiple protagonists, was made to celebrate the 10th anniversary of Yu-Gi-Oh! It is possible that we're getting another movie, crossover or otherwise. However, I wouldn't get my hopes up for this one. Again, it is possible, but there are some pretty big reasons for why I personally don't see them doing this. First of all, it's the 25th anniversary of Yu-Gi-Oh's card game, not anime. If you recall, Bonds Beyond Time was made specifically for the 10th anniversary of Yu-Gi-Oh's anime, not counting Season 0. The second reason is that if they were going to announce a new movie, especially one that continues from the original storyline, they would do it at a much bigger event for anime fans, like Jump Festa. If you check the date for the coming announcement, it's happening on the second day of Worlds, which is a Yu-Gi-Oh card game event. I'd like to see another Yu-Gi-Oh movie. Oddly enough, I watched all of the Yu-Gi-Oh movies for my last video, so I know the potential is there for a good movie to come of this, but I think it's less likely than the other possibilities on this list. If anything, the next movie will likely focus on Rush Duel rather than the TCG. Next on the list is a new Yu-Gi-Oh anime. This is the one I'm hoping for the most, and I do think is very likely given the reasons behind the rumor. The first set of Yu-Gi-Oh's 25th anniversary, Duelist Nexus, introduced a new type of monster called Illusion. This is significant because the last time we got a new monster type was all the way back in 2017 when Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains came out. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains is the last Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime before the Rush Duel era began. And if we take a closer look at these illusion-type monsters, it's easy to see how this could be a sign of things to come. For example, look at the stats of Nightmare Magician. Not only is it a magician with 2,500 attack, it's the only illusion-type monster to have 2,500 attack. If you're familiar with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, you'd know that all of the ace monsters of every protagonist have 2,500 attack. From Dark Magician in the beginning to Firewall Dragon and Vrains, they all have this in common. And with the set code for Nightmare Magician being 25, I don't think it's a coincidence. But it doesn't stop there. The other illusion cards suggest that if there is a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, it'll be directly tied to the Duel Monsters story. The first indicator of this is that all of the illusion cards have an Eye of Anubis in the art. This is something that most of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime don't even reference, since they're not focused on ancient Egypt or the Millennium items anymore. Couple that with the fact that the illusion monsters reference Yugi's monsters, it's hard to imagine that this new Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime will be disconnected from the Duel Monsters anime. And one final clue is the fact that the illusion type is derived from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga. When Yugi dueled with Pegasus through a TV at the beginning of Duelist Kingdom, 4 types of magic were introduced, and one of them was illusion magic. Technically, it was a monster attack type, but they're pretty similar, so again, I don't think it's a coincidence. And one of these new illusion cards was used by Pegasus, but never got printed until now. A lot of this could also point to a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie rather than a series, but the fact that there's a whole new monster type leads me to believe that they'll focus on making a series rather than just a one-off movie. Still, there is one thing that keeps me from believing that this will happen. Why would they announce a new anime at Worlds? To be clear, I do believe that there will be a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, but I doubt that it'll be announced on the card game's anniversary. If you look back at the announcements for each Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, every time going back to Zexal, the announcement happened at Jump Festa, so I am predicting that there will be a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, but I believe it'll be announced in mid-December later this year. So if they won't announce a new movie or animated series, what exactly will they announce? there are actually two things that I think will be announced at the same time. First is Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel. If you've been following the channel for a while, then you probably know I'm not the biggest fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s or Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush, but I've always been a huge proponent of Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel. Its nostalgic feels and simplified rule set make it the perfect way to attract new players and returning players. In fact, Rush Duel is what got me back into the hobby in 2020, and even though it's been a big success in Japan, Konami has been hesitant to release the game worldwide. But a few weeks ago, data miners found Rush Duel cards and Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's characters in Duel Links. That means it's basically confirmed that Rush Duel is releasing internationally. It's technically a soft launch, and we kind of already had a soft launch when the Switch game came out, but this is still a big step towards the release of the physical cards worldwide. The second announcement is going to be a new Master Rule. For those of you who don't play the TCG, and according to my community tab, most of you don't, the Master Rules are basically exactly what they sound like. They're the official rules of the game. But roughly every 3 years, since 2008, they are updated and often include a summoning method. In 2008, Synchros and Tuners were introduced, 2011 gave us Xyz cards, and the trend continued until 2020, where we did get a new Master Rule, but not a new summoning method. And this is part of why I think there will be a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime next year. Every time a new summoning method is introduced to the card game, a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime follows suit. But we're actually overdue for a new Master Rule, because we didn't get one this year, and we usually get them in the spring. But guess what? Spring is also when the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime is supposed to come out. It's possible they'll just come out with another Rush Duel anime, and all of these cards and new types and stuff is just bait. I don't know. The bright side is that we will know very, very soon. A lot of you probably know already at the time that you're watching this video. So let me know what your predictions are if you're watching this before the announcement, and if you agree with mine. Thanks for watching.